Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Coach's Corner. It is Thursday. I'm still trying to get used to saying that because normally we do it on Mondays. Well, for the last 3 years, we've done it on Mondays. Anyway, it's Thursday, September 18th. I am live from a hotel room. My father is live also from a quasi hotel room. Heck and Kenny are back at Corby's. They are getting set up. Kenny has an actual job and had to do that. And so he's running behind and getting set up. So it's just going to be me and Dad here to start until Heck and Kenny get on. We're going to talk Notre Dame. Do they still have a shot at the playoffs? What did we think of the game from Saturday? What do we have coming up on this weekend? I think Notre Dame's off. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. We will get to all that here momentarily on Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner with Coach Heck and the infamous Coach Patrick King. Some of the stuff we say.
We're not responsible for our actions.
No,
and we're sober.
In essence, and you could tell me to shut the hell up, but in essence, you got chemo face, right?
I got chemo face. When I go to the scores table to talk to Coach, I say, get as many pictures as you can. And it kind of reminded me that the stories you said when you coached the McDonald's game when you had LeBron say, okay, LeBron sign this because someday it's going to be important.
What did one casket say to the other? Is that you coughing? And you ain't that good. The scouting report said you were pretty good. You ain't that good.
Coach's Corner with Heck and King live at Corby's Irish Pub in South Bend is brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets Insurance, On Funeral Homes in Mishawaka, Frick's Driving School in Mishawaka, and the Harbor Group Planned Wealth down in Anderson. If you're on YouTube, make sure and subscribe to the channel and like the video and comment in the chat. Now here's Heck and King. Addendum to the video. It's King and King right now. Kenny and Heck are getting on. So I guess I'll just lead from the top. Well, do you want to say where you are, or just leave it a secret?
I am in Nashville, Tennessee, moving the daughter.
There is a Nashville, Indiana.
That's why I said Tennessee.
So we had to clarify.
I know, but I got down here a couple hours ago, and we are in the process of moving from Nashville to Sarasota, and Dad gets to drive the U-Haul. So we're going to load up in the morning, and I'm going to drive till I get tired and pull off and sleep and get up Saturday morning and drive till I get there.
That's kind of what I did when I drove back to Texas from Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I misspoke on the intro. I misspoke a lot already. Q in the chat says Purdue at Notre Dame. So kind of an off week. Yes, no. I take offense to that, Q. Don't talk like my beloved alma mater, my beloved 2-0 alma mater.
That's
mind
right.
you,
Oilers
is a bye game basically. Do Big Ten teams count as bye games? They can't, right?
I wouldn't go that far. That's for sure.
If Notre Dame wants to pay Purdue and fund the basketball team, which should win the national championship this year, okay.
Well, jumping ahead a little bit, I'm in one of our pools, and in one of the pools we have on Pick the Winners, we pick a super underdog of the week, and we pick point spreads.
Yeah,
and
we did that last week. Didn't a couple of us get the Wake Forest Clemson one?
Yeah,
Well, no, it was who was it? Somebody was a 10-point dog and won.
Yes. Yeah.
Who was it? I don't remember.
There's a
Q
couple.
Remind us.
And we could jump to that. Yeah, Q could tell us. But first of all, my underdog this week's Purdue. Purdue's like a 25-point underdog.
Ooh, Kenny just joined the studio. Let's see.
So I picked them.
I can hear.
Let's the Corby. Come in, South Bend.
I can. Oh, and they left. Never mind.
They're still pushing buttons.
Yeah, they're still figuring it out.
The other game is real interesting.
Q says 25.5 favorite.
Yeah.
Could be a bye game the other way. Hey, don't sleep on Purdue.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech beat Clemson. But that spread was only like 2.5. I think a lot of people, the sexy pick, like all around the country, was Georgia Tech because they have Haynes King playing QB, who is probably as old as I am.
That's for sure. Well, I think that's the place where the goalposts ended up in the president's swimming pool after the game. So the people down in Atlanta had a little fun.
What's your take on taking off the goalposts? Is that a fun thing to do in celebration, or is that
I don't know.
more destructive than it's worth?
Expensive.
It's like storming the court in basketball because you get fined so much for it
Yeah,
now.
they're getting fined for it. A lot of the places are trying to get the goalposts down. They hinge them, so they're hinged at the base when they just take them down. So, and hopefully they can protect them.
Is it like when basketball finally put in breakaway rims so people stop shattering backboards?
Oh, something like that. Something like that.
So I guess shifting gears a little bit to last week before we talk too much about Notre Dame versus Purdue. Oh yeah, the Howard's Rock run has to be the best thing about Clemson football this season. Yeah, they're not very good. I mean, I think Cade Klubnik will still go top 15 in the draft. Clemson has two very good D linemen too that'll go pretty quick in the draft too. I think they're super top heavy. It's kind of like the SEC. Well, not even the SEC. I don't even think the SEC is all that top heavy this year. Oh, all right, Kenny rejoin. Let's see what he's got.
Try to get
Kenny,
him.
can you hear me?
They're working on it.
He's trying. I think he's trying to say he can't hear anything.
No, but you have to give him a private chat to show him how to maybe something.
Well,
is he muted?
Oh, he left the studio again.
He muted somehow. Okay, hey, let's talk about Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Last week, Notre Dame's 0-2, and everybody up in South Bend's in a panic. The other way you look at it, they're 4 points away from being undefeated. And both games were late game losses against pretty good teams. So I don't think they need to be in any big panic. Obviously, they need to win the rest of the games. Figured out the rest of their season. They need to win their last 10 ball games.
Are they in at 10-2?
Well, that's what I was leading up to. Think about last year in November, they were dealing with all the 2-loss teams that were in the SEC, the Big Ten. So they're going to be in the same situation. We're going to come down to, the Stanford game at Thanksgiving, and everybody's going to say, well, they got to win the last one. They got to win the last one so they can, you're going to have a 2-loss Alabama team. You're going to have a 2-loss Clemson team. You're going to have a 2-loss A&M team.
Kenny might be trying to call you right now.
Name the names. Yep, he is. So
okay.
Here,
All right, I'm going to filibuster. He muted himself. Okay. So we're still trying to work on our technical difficulties. I think Notre Dame needs to really hope. Excuse me. They need to really hope that USC comes into that game undefeated, because that's pretty far and away, I think, the best opponent left on their schedule, because I'm pulling up their schedule now. They got Purdue this week, and then at Arkansas. Yeah, Purdue at Arkansas, Boise State, which kind of has fallen off since they don't have Ashton Genty anymore, obviously. Home against Carolina State, home against USC. Man, they got a lot of home games. Bye week on October 25th at BC, then Navy, at Pitt, Syracuse, and at Stanford. So right now, the only ranked team left on their schedule is SC. And I think one way or another, if Notre Dame is 9-3, then they're finito. But I think they probably figured it out last year that if you're going to lose, it's probably better to lose early, so that way you can build some momentum going into the end of the year, rather than have a fresh loss at the end of the year and everybody's like, okay, it's getting into November. Are you really that good, or what's the deal? Which I think was kind of the Ohio State problem last year, which I don't know if people really thought that Ohio State should have gotten left out last year, considering they won the national title. But I mean, hindsight obviously is easy to tell. But I think Notre Dame is I don't know. I think that SC game really is what it comes down to, because if their best win on the year eventually is SC, who's going to end up 8-4. Like, yeah, it's a decent win, but if that's their only good win all year, like, and then they lose back to back. Now, granted, they lost by a combined 4 points to two very good teams. Miami's in the top 5 still, and let's see, Q style points, which they say don't count, going to be factored for them going forward. Probably. I think that they didn't they do it last year where they just smoked everybody. Oh, you're back on.
Yep, there I am.
Is Kenny and Heck on yet?
They're trying.
What'd you tell them?
I told them we're going to run a couple of commercials, and I was going to let you try to troubleshoot them and see what happens. Is that fair?
Sure. Am I supposed to call Kenny?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Or we're going to take a real quick break to try to figure out our technical difficulties. Like I said at the intro, we're all remote. Kenny and Heck are in person, but we don't have the mothership computer that we normally run it off of. So Kenny's trying to figure it out. We will figure it out, hopefully, after these messages. Looking to get your driver's license? Frick's Driving School in Mishawaka makes it easy with the Indiana State Driving Exam in-house for just $65. No formal driver's education is required. If you're 16 years and 270 days old, which is like 9 months, and have held an Indiana learner's permit for at least 180 days, which is like 6 months, you're eligible. Frick's provides the vehicle. All you need to do is bring a ride to and from the office. The exam only takes about 20 minutes, and you can walk out with your official Indiana driver's license. To schedule, call 574-256-0650 or visit fricksdrivered.com.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Hahn Funeral Homes, located at 505 West 8th Street in Mishawaka, continues a proud tradition built on one promise of family serving families. With deep roots in the community, Hahn Funeral Homes offers traditional burial, cremation services, and now pet cremation options, providing compassionate care for every member of the family. Families in Mishawaka have long trusted Hahn's to guide them with dignity, understanding, and personal attention through life's most difficult moments. For more information, visit them online at hahnfuneralhomes.com or call 574-255-1474. Hahn Funeral Homes, a family serving families. Thinking about retirement, Harbor Group Planned Wealth helps you answer the big questions like when to draw Social Security, how to manage investment risk, and what health insurance might cost. Wondering if you can earn part-time income after 62 without losing benefits, or if retiring could actually feel like getting a raise. They've got answers and a plan to guide you. Call the Harbor Group at 765-393-1074 or visit harborgroup.com. That's harborgroup.com. Back with more Coach's Corner with Heck and King. Thanks as always to the Black Sedan Band for the music coming in and out of these breaks. If you're interested in booking them, they do travel. Head on over to blacksedanband.com and give a special shout out to their drummer, who happens to be Heck's brother. And now, here's more Heck and King.
Hey, we are back. How are you doing with those guys?
Are we back on?
Yep, we are right now.
Oh, I can still, Kenny, I can only still hear you on the phone. Okay. You can hear me on the stream, right? Oh, what? Am I muted now? What the heck?
Shouldn't be. I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Hey, go down. Are they in their settings? Down at the very bottom in the settings, do they need to change the audio? And then we can end this and restart it if we have to.
Sorry, everybody. We're still trying to work out our tech stuff. This is great. This is great podcasting.
Like I said, we can end this one and start a new one. Hazards of using somebody else's equipment.
All right, so we're still trying to figure all this stuff out. So, apologies again. We will. I don't know.
How about
I don't
this?
want to end the. I don't want to end the stream. We'll just keep it going. This is kind of funny.
Well, then we can splice it. What's
Well,
what's
yeah,
he
I mean,
what's he trying to do?
I think the other issue is he doesn't have a MacBook like we do,
Oh,
and so the settings are a tiny bit different. Oh, Kenny says he knows what's up now.
okay.
Okay.
So
So do we
obviously,
want talking
setting-
about Notre Dame here real quick, or
well,
Oh,
you know,
okay, here's something.
one of the things, you know, of course, the national news and everybody's been picking on the last game. They're
Oh.
trying to was holding and this,
Check,
that.
check. Can you hear me now?
I got you, Kenny.
I can hear Kenny.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
How about
I can
heck?
hear
Put your
you.
phone
I don't know
away.
if you can hear me though.
Check,
Can you
check.
hear me in
1,
your
2.
headset?
I can't hear you through the headset. Hang on just a second.
I can hear
All right.
him. Is heck talking?
We can hear you fine.
Yeah, now. Whatever he did, it changed.
All right, he muted himself. Let's see. Oh, he muted. Oh, can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected.
Look, right here. See, unmute. He's got to unmute himself down there at the bottom. See his picture down here? Their mic's muted. Well, I can sit there and let them do all that talking.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear Kenny.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me through this?
I can hear you through the phone, but I can't hear you through the mic.
Still nothing?
I'm
Okay.
talking right now. Ask Kenny if he can hear me. I can hear Kenny.
We
can
hear you fine now.
Is heck said
Okay.
I just don't know what the deal is. Why you can't hear us?
Is there an
Yeah, I
audio?
don't know.
Is there an audio in this?
I can't even hear your dad.
I mean, if you guys just want to take it and run with it, we can do that.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, what about your dad?
I can,
What about you?
I can hang up.
We can sit here and watch. We can be the audience. We can make snarky comments, and you won't be able to hear us. All right. So, Heck and Kenny have their audio figured out. We're gonna sit here in the studio. I'm gonna put Kenny and Heck full screen, and then they're just gonna take it and run with it. We'll comment. in the
Can you hear us
chat.
both? Check 1, 2. Can you hear Pat? Can you hear Heck?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello,
I can hear-
hello.
I can hear both of them, but I think they
Hello.
can't hear us.
Can you hear us both?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear both
Okay,
of them.
so we're both good.
Yeah, you're both
Are they coming through the
Okay.
screen? So,
So-
can they just run it? Can they run the
just
show
can't hear them.
themselves?
We just can't hear them. Yeah. So
We'll If you can see the private chat, we'll just leave feedback there. But sounds like it's all you.
Okay, we'll do our best.
All right.
We'll try to. We'll do our best for you, Pat.
We were talking about if Notre Dame got screwed.
No.
Okay. Here, I'll put
because when you give up 40 points, no.
Okay. All right. Well,
All
that's your prompt. Have fun.
Okay. Hey, thanks for everything, guys. Okay. All right. Bye.
We are live, so we're on. We're rolling, right?
We're rolling, I believe. Yes.
So we are live here at Corby's Irish Pub tonight, Thursday night, man, September 18th.
2025.
2025. Lot to talk about. Coach's Corner with Ron Hecklinski and my broadcast partner tonight, Mr. Kenny Peterson. What's shaking, man? You good?
We're good. We're here at Corby's on a Thursday night. A lot of Notre Dame fans I'm seeing already coming in here, and looking forward to the game on Saturday against Purdue. And that's a lot to talk about in South Bend about the Notre Dame football team right now. Heck, 0-2 at the start here.
Yeah, now I don't think it's. You know what? It's not great. It's not great, and when you lose a defensive coordinator who is the assistant coach of the year in the country.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really tough, to be quite honest with you. And the guy we're talking about is Al Golden. I mean, Al Golden has been the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame for, 2-3 years, and is just phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is just phenomenal. So we will chat about Notre Dame. We'll chat about the top 25. We'll chat about some, not for long, the NFL.
Oh, yes.
Chat about some Major League Baseball. But first of all, let me talk about our great sponsors, Tony Letcher from Health Markets. They just do a great job. Been with us for 3 years. Anything with insurance, with Medicare, with any kind of supplements, please give Tony Letcher a call. The Ben Harbor Group out of Anderson, Indiana, just a great financial group. They will take your money, my money, and make us money.
Which is a good thing.
No, you don't. And here's what I say to that. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Han Funeral Home. That's a tough time in anybody's life when tragedy strikes or we just lose a family member. They are the absolute best at Han Funeral Home, located in Mishawaka, Indiana. The Black Sedan Band. I don't know if we can get our music playing tonight, our bumper music, and then obviously Frick's Driving School. And so our setup tonight is a little different.
Yes.
Pat King, the other half of this, or the third of it, really, because you're a third and John's a third. Or no, you're a quarter, John's a quarter.
Yeah.
But Pat's in Nashville, Tennessee. We tried to do a little bit of a remote with Pat. Our producer, Scott, is on the road also.
Right.
Tried to patch everything in. And as Patch Adams once said, it don't work all the time.
Not always, no.
No, so it's you and me running the show here and taking care of business. And we can certainly do this. So obviously, Notre Dame 0-2.
Yeah.
Takes on Texas A&M, coached by a former Notre Dame assistant coach, Mike Elko,
who's doing a great job there.
Doing a great job. Great job. SEC.
Yep.
We're talking about SEC. And Notre Dame loses that game 41-40. And if I would tell you, Kenny, if I would say Notre Dame scores 40 points.
Oh.
Without question, right?
They win. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, without question. Yeah. But Notre Dame, this is not the same. This is not the same defense that we've seen Notre Dame play the last couple of years. Now, their rookie quarterback, CJ Carr,
CJ's looking good.
He ain't bad. 20 for 32 for 293 yards, 1 TD, 1 INT. In their first game where they lose to Miami, the fans in South Bend are clamoring. How about that word? Clamoring
yes.
to see Jeremiah Love touch the football more. He touched it 10 times in that Miami game. This game, he touched the football a lot more, 23 carries for 94 yards.
Right.
So he did run the football.
He did run the football, but I also thought at times, though, Coach, there were things that they did in terms of the play calling that I kind of scratched my head about. I mean, why in the world would you run a wildcat and then send C.J. Carr out in the flank? Everybody and their brother's going to know who's going to get the ball at that point.
Well, and I thought the announcers in that game were really, really good because they said, in essence, you're taking a player, you're taking C.J. Carr, and he's a non-factor. He's a non – I mean, it's – so now you got 10 going against 11.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't understand that look. I don't understand. I mean, just hand him the ball. Let's try not to reinvent the game.
Well, and I think what's really frustrating about what happened Saturday night wasn't the fact that the offense scored 40 points. It was just the absolute horrific defensive performance. I mean, let's just call it like it is here. I mean, when you've got Christian Gray out there, I mean, Christian Gray right now couldn't tackle my mother. Okay. I mean, when you go through and you give a shoulder block to try to knock somebody down instead of wrapping him up and he goes for 86 yards, that's a big play. And then at the end of the game, when you can't get a stop and you just let A&M just run through you like Sherman marching through Georgia there at the end, I mean, that just isn't good. I mean, it's a bad look when you look at this defense because there is tremendous talent on that defense, okay? And all you ask this defense to do is get one stop in the last two games, and heck, you're sitting here 2-0, and now all of a sudden everybody's talking a top 4 seed, they're talking a bye, they're talking all this. Now you're 0-2, and now you're hoping that a miracle happens that you get into the playoffs.
I don't think there's any question about that. You take a look at the sophomore quarterback for Texas A&M. Okay, Marcel Reed, 6'1", sophomore, 17 for 37, 360 yards, 2 TDs, 1 INT. He's got a receiver, Mario Craver, 7 catches for 207 yards.
That's not acceptable. I mean, that was just ridiculous defense.
Well, no, and then you look at some team stats here: 488 yards for A&M, 429 for Notre Dame, 360 through the air, 293 for Notre Dame, rushing 128 for A&M, 136 for Notre Dame yards per play, 7.1 for A&M, 6 for Notre Dame. Right. Time of possession. So Notre Dame wins that battle, 33 to about 27.
Yeah.
So you're looking at that, and the game is really, 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 really close, but Notre Dame can't. I mean, Notre Dame can't get off the field on any third downs, and you're looking at the defensive backfield. Now Al Golden played man to man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
But he mixed in some cover 2. He mixed in some quarters where they rotated, and a very, very good coaching friend of mine said, when you watch Al Golden's back 4 play, it's hard for anybody to figure out, let alone the opposing coaches, because it was really sophisticated. There ain't no sophistication to it now because Notre Dame in the back end is getting beat like a drum.
Well, they're getting beat like a drum because the defense they're playing is not really a good defense. I mean, let's look at Chris Ash for a moment, okay, guys? He was 8-32 as the head coach at Rutgers. I mean, when they hired him as the defensive coordinator, there were a lot of folks that had a lot of red flags about, okay, we're bringing in this guy. You know, there are people right now, I could tell you, Sunday morning on social media, it was blowing up. I mean, they want this guy out because to me, you can't come in here and you have a defense that's a championship caliber defense that you inherited, and in 2 games, we see this. I mean, there are people who are in the bar here tonight who I'm sure came from all over who pay good money on Saturdays to go to the games. And I'm sure they're as frustrated as anybody that this team is 0-2. When they, you looked at the schedule, at the beginning. Heck, I'd have been happy if they'd have been 1-1 because you figure, okay, Miami's going to be a tough challenge. Okay, down there. And then you come home to A&M, and then A&M, you figure, okay, the home crowd's going to be behind you. It's the opener. The fans are going to be excited. I mean, for crying out loud, you scored 40 points. You should be able to win.
Yeah,
and you look at the schedule. Everybody says it's going to be easy. Heck, I'm just hoping they're winning practice this week. I mean, for the love of Pete.
Yeah, no, and I get a little bit of that, but at the end of the day, I'm not really sure. I am not really sure. And the great Jamie Pluta has joined us. Jamie, longtime family friend, assistant football coach at the great St. Joe High School. Now, St. Joe 4-0, by the way. Congratulations.
Very impressive win on Friday night over Marion.
Yeah, and Jamie been around football his whole life also. But one of the things that kind of strikes me when I talk about this Notre Dame team is I don't think it's a lot of natural beef up front. I think Riley Mills and Howard Cross III. I thought those guys were really good in the trenches, but the defensive ends, the linebackers, they're more hybrid. They're athletic. They're maybe 6'3", 6'4", maybe 220. Where I'm looking at other teams, those guys up front are 290. Those defensive ends are 290. Those defensive tackles are 300.
Right.
But Notre Dame's philosophy, I think, and this philosophy was under probably Al Golden. We want athletes. We want the Viper. We want the Sam linebacker, the Mike linebacker. We want athletes. And so when you talk about the other teams coming in and just gashing you sometimes, I mean, you're a football coach. Talk to me.
Before you talk to him, I'm going to share this with you guys real quick. On another radio station this week, one of the hosts made the comment. He goes, he was talking to his partner. He goes, I told you at halftime, I said, if I were Marcus Freeman, I would go through right now, take over the defense, and cut my losses with Chris Ash. I mean, he said this at the halftime on Saturday night when he was in the press box at Notre Dame, talking to his co-host, and they were both there covering the game. I mean, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are it's a lot to do with scheme, right? So Al Golden, his scheme was to have guys flying around, and you didn't know where they were coming from. They were blitzing every play,
right?
And you could get pressure up front with 4, and then you didn't know where they were coming from. And those are X's and O's. And Ash has got his players now trying to implement his X's and O's. Now, I mean, Coach Ash is a great coach. Like I mean, I'm not ready to jump off the bridge just yet. I mean, it's going to take him some time to implement his system and get the kids figuring out what they need to do. But I mean, yeah, giving up 41 points at home is unfair.
Well, giving up 41 points, and you had 2 weeks you had 2 weeks to prepare for this team. It wasn't as if they got done with Miami and then they had 5-day turnaround. They had 2 weeks to prepare, and this is what happened.
So let me ask you this question. Right?
Sure.
Let me ask you this question. Do you like the pizza here at
it's great. It's great.
And you better lay off of Chris Ash a little bit, otherwise they're going to cut you off from the pizza, man. I'm just being straight up. But at the end of the day,
reality hurts sometimes.
At the end of the day, no sacks. I mean, you're going to let Marcel Reed stand back there and just pick you apart, and then you go down and drive. Okay, you take the lead. Nice drive, nice offensive play calling. And then it's my defense's turn now. Man, let's win this game for us, boys. Couldn't do it.
Second game in a row.
Couldn't do it. Here's another thing. Here's another thing that I kind of want to talk about too. And I think, and I am big on this, man, just really big on this. Every time Jeremiah Love, and I like him. I think he's a really good football player. Every time Jeremiah Love carried the football, he had some trash comment to make to whoever tackled him. He was talking stuff all game long. As a matter of fact, anytime he got up, his teammates were over there pulling him away from A&M guys and stuff like that.
Right.
That ain't Notre Dame.
No.
That ain't Notre Dame.
No.
Now I will tell you, as a coach and as an official for 20 years, the things that are said out on the field, you don't want to talk about at church. Okay?
Sure, no.
Whether it be high school or whether it be at college. Now getting caught on film saying it and being like, yes. I mean, you have to be more disciplined than that because it's all a mental game too, right? So if you can get into their head, well, then, I mean, you almost got them beat right there.
Look, Jamie, let me ask you this. With the way that they have started 0-2, how much this week do you think it's important for Marcus Freeman to kind of grab the bull by the horns with this defense and say, boys, I'm jumping into the meetings to help you guys out because right now that ship is sinking fast. And if Purdue lights them up Saturday, there's going to be more than a few people lit up here in South Bend.
And I venture to say that Coach Freeman was probably in the defensive meetings after the Miami game.
Well, no, he did. He did say this week that he is going to be more involved in the defense.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what I want, and this is a 40-year-old coach. I don't. So Notre Dame goes to the national championship game and blah blah blah, all this stuff. But you know what? Coming into the season, that don't mean dookie.
No,
That don't mean nothing. And for anybody to come out and now anoint Notre Dame as one of these top-of-the-line SEC type of programs, I mean, I've never thought of Notre Dame like that. I've thought of Notre Dame just being a great university, a football program that will just come out and play you dog-ass tough every single game. Take the chirping, take the talking, take all the cool stuff and get rid of that. And this is Notre Dame.
Right. Because
we ain't got to be cool. We just got to come on Saturdays and play football. Now, here's where Notre Dame's at. This is where Notre Dame is at. It's back, and it might even be the place where they might have wanted to be all along, but didn't know how to do this. It's freaking one game at a time.
Yep.
There ain't no more national champ. It's one freaking game at a time.
Right.
starting with winning practice on Monday.
Yep.
They got to win practice on Monday before they get to think about winning on Saturday.
If they were anointed before the season started, they surely aren't now.
No.
So now they got to break down to basics. Now, the one thing that I'll say about it, and I say this a lot with coaches, friends, we all have to understand the fact that college football is totally different.
Totally.
Business with a capital B.
Yes, but I mean, it's the NFL now. Okay. So,
Yes.
5 years ago, you lose a game. When the season's done, we're doomed. We're going to the Cooler Weed Eater Bowl. Right now, listen, they handle business. They can still get in the playoffs. I mean,
Based on what? What do you base it on?
I base it on their tough ass schedule now. There's no Marshall. There's no Northern Illinois. There's no games on this schedule. And maybe Purdue might be that Northern Illinois. I don't know, but it's at Arkansas. It's home at Boise State. It's home North Carolina State.
Don't sleep
Southern Cal.
Don't sleep on those teams. Carolina State.
I mean Southern Cal 3-0.
Yep.
It's at Boston College 1-2. Okay. It's Navy. Okay. It's at Pitt. It's home against Syracuse. It's at Stanford.
So are you saying that if they run the table and let's say Miami, really, even if Miami and A&M are not in their respective conference championship games?
No, there's 12 teams. I mean, no. A lot of things can play out.
Sure.
I can't sit here and guarantee that they're going to be in, but if they run the table, last year when they got beat by Northern Illinois, everyone wrote them off and it was terrible. They got raped, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They ended up number 3 in the country going into the tournament.
Sure.
Now, an 0-2 team is still ranked 24th in the country.
They lost by a combined 4 points.
Right. But they take that into consideration.
Do they?
I think the voters did, because otherwise they would have been.
Well,
here's my fear, though, guys, with the committee is if it comes down to a 10-2 Notre Dame team, they're not going to care about the 2 losses or how close they were. They're going to look at that 2 in the L column, and they're going to say they lost 2 games and they're out. Even if Miami and A&M are both in the conference championships, I could see that happening. I could.
And I wouldn't disagree with that, but you talk about 2 teams that are in the top 10. Name another team in the country. Forgive me, there probably is one that's played 2 top 10 teams. And
that Penn State.
Yeah, no,
not Penn State. Not that.
No.
So here's a way to look at it. Had Alabama not lost that third, there was talk with Alabama after 3 losses, maybe being in last year. Had Alabama not lost that third game, Alabama would have been in.
And they have,
And Indiana got in, and they didn't play a really strong schedule either.
Yeah, so I'm not.
But you win the games.
Right.
Indiana's case, they win the games. In Alabama's, in my opinion, with Alabama, no, nothing against Vanderbilt, but they got beat at Vanderbilt.
But my concern becomes if a 10-2 Notre Dame team, if they run out and go 10-2, and let's say Miami and A&M are both in the championship games in their conferences, and Notre Dame still doesn't get in, that's my concern. If they don't get in, then why in the world would we want to have intersectional non-conference games anymore. If Notre Dame goes through and plays those two teams, loses by a combined total of 4 points, and they both somehow make it to the respective conference championships, and Notre Dame still doesn't get in, then there's a problem with the system.
Well, I think there's a problem with the system. Listen, as a college football fan, I thought it was incredible last year. Were there a lot of warts on their face? Absolutely.
Sure.
But you know what? I think they're gonna fix it every year, get a little bit better. You know, the decisioning. If they go to 16 teams, there's always going to be the 17th team. There's always going to be the 13th team. There's going to be the 65th team. Well, I guess that's not even true in the NCAA tournament anymore. But you're always going to have that team. But I guess what I'm saying about Notre Dame is they are not. I wouldn't mail them out just yet. I mean, a lot of things have to happen. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, as the season goes on and it's long, injuries.
I think that it's moving too quick, even in this conversation, because there's no bearing on any playoff, and it cannot. The word playoff does not even enter any kind of conversation. We talk about Notre Dame football right now.
Right.
You're talking about the next game.
Right.
And that's where Marcus Freeman, he was good with it last year. He played all these video clips of the Northern Illinois game before every game. He was good with it last year, of just taking it game by game by game by game. And at the end of the day, if the Fighting Irish can somehow figure out how to defend the pass, or figure out
how to tackle,
even what kind of scheme you want to attack that with, because I'm not sure they really have a scheme in mind yet. But it's going to take them game by game by game by game. And you know what? If you're Marcus Freeman, you wouldn't have scripted it like this, because we all want to win.
Right.
We all want to win.
What do you?
But if you're him,
right,
he's back in a corner. Some guys, I swear to you, I've been in coaching for 100 years, and my greatest coaching jobs was when I was backed into a corner,
sure,
and I had to come out slugging every day at practice, every game. When I had teams that were 24-1, 23-2, even I started to get a little bit full of myself. But back me into a corner and let me come out. Well, you know that.
Yep, 100%.
You're a street fighter. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah.
They don't freaking fight in New Carlisle.
Not too often.
No, they wear T-shirts with a peace symbol on it. Stop it. We're street fighters. When you back us into a corner, that's where Notre Dame is now. And now I'm real curious to see how they come out.
Now, Jamie, I'm going to ask you this, because I was one of those fans that just went absolutely off the rails Sunday. I mean, I went absolutely bananas after the loss. I was so irritated. I didn't even go to church on Sunday. That's how mad I was.
Nope.
Okay. So I'm not even Catholic. Yes. For those fans out there that are like me, who are just absolutely lost it this week because they're 0-2, what do you say to those people like me who say things are going to be okay? Because right now in my world, the sky is falling, and I'm looking at this as a 2-10 football team right now.
Sure. I mean, and I'm not going to say that the sky's not falling.
It's falling fast.
I'm just saying that, like, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And people live their lives, here, especially here in South Bend, of, coming to Corby's Irish Pub to, on Thursday night for their cocktail, and then the pep rally tomorrow night, and then Notre Dame football. And then, like, you just expect to win. And when you don't,
when you lose the way that they've lost these first two games, that's what gets me off bananas.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Would you allow me to say something, since it's my show?
No, absolutely.
It's his show.
Look. I had a double hernia surgery on Monday. Okay. I am in a lot of pain. I know I'm in a lot of pain. You know what I'm going to say to you? Sack it up. Sack up. Quit crying around and acting like a 2-year-old. The Irish are going to come out. They're going to compete. They'll play. They'll play.
I mean,
sack it up. Go to church.
I'm going to have to on Sunday. Well, the thing I've always said is, if you lose and you leave and you throw everything out there, that's one thing. But if you lose the way they lost on Saturday, and the way they've lost 2 games in a row, heck yeah, there should be people in this bar right now as angry as me that Notre Dame is 0-2.
I definitely feel that you can be angry, but I mean, there's so many factors. I hate to throw my brethren under the bus, but I'm pretty confident that touchdown play was a hold.
But that didn't cost them the game. I mean,
Well,
you got players.
It didn't cost it.
Tyler Buchner cost him the game. Come
No,
on.
no, no,
yeah,
no,
right.
no.
They kicked the extra point and tie it up. Do you think Notre Dame
Going
has a
in
chance to
overtime.
win in overtime?
No, because they couldn't stop them.
Well,
I mean,
we'll see.
I've seen your St. Joe defense, which, by the way, we need to give a shout out to St. Joe.
We're going to talk high school football. Here in a few minutes.
They were featured on Saturday night
I
on
know
the
they
game.
were. I know they were.
Kudos to you guys. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
Exciting.
seen St. Joe's defense. They tackle better than what I saw on Saturday.
Give me the headset. Give me the headset. Take that Cub shirt off right now and give me the headset. So
I'm
listen to me.
truthful here.
So listen, college football now, the top 25, obviously, there are some magnificent games coming up this weekend.
Yes.
You got Penn State. Penn State will be hosting Oregon.
Are they really playing somebody this week? Seriously?
State?
Yeah, seriously, they're playing somebody. I mean, they played like.
Are you sure about that?
I
I
think-
think Oregon's playing Oregon State.
That's in 2 weeks that they're playing
okay.
Oregon. But no, I mean, Penn State's actually going to play somebody.
Yes, they are.
Wow, Villanova's off the schedule.
Ohio State is playing at Washington. How about Georgia and Alabama?
Ooh,
How about Georgia, Alabama?
is that at Georgia?
At Georgia.
I'll take the dogs.
I agree. I'll take the dogs.
I mean, that's and
Alabama
when you look at
doesn't
Georgia,
strike me as playing with much heart.
and you look at Georgia, I mean, Tennessee.
Tennessee should have won.
Well,
that.
no. I mean, so here's my problem with Tennessee. Let's take all these timeouts. We got a chance. Let's put the ball where the kicker wants it to be. Blah blah blah. They make a mistake. There's a 5-yard penalty.
False start.
False start. All of a sudden, the coach says, "Forget it. We're kicking it here." Well, it's not even where the kicker wanted it.
Right.
It was on the opposite hash where the kicker wanted it. Just quarterback sneak it, get it to the middle.
Attention to detail.
But and Tennessee has lost 9 straight games to Georgia.
Right.
I mean, Tennessee wins that freaking game, right?
Yeah, I agree.
You know, nobody. Here's the school that nobody's really talking about really nationally as much as they should in the SEC is Vanderbilt.
Yep.
Vanderbilt all of a sudden has become, I don't know what in football here lately.
Well, I'm going to get down to
Respectable
Vandy
for
here.
sure.
I'm going to
But
get down to
beyond
Vandy
respect,
here in
yeah.
a second. Miami will host Florida. Okay. I mean, Miami, a good football team. Now, Mario Cristobal is doing a great job of coaching that team.
Yeah.
Defensively, they were animalistic defensively. I mean, just getting after it. But here's the big deal of the day. We've already had 2 coaches get fired. Deshaun Foster from UCLA and Brent Pry from Va-Tech get fired. Who's the third one going to get fired?
Ooh.
I don't think it'll be from any big boys.
How about Billy Napier from Florida? 1 and 2. 1 and 2, man. They're already they're pooling money to figure out.
Well, I was just going to say, like, on
What about
performance-
Caleb? What about Caleb DeBoer? There's people in Alabama who want him run out on a
No,
rail.
he's 2 and
But
1.
he's-
He's 2 and 1 right now.
Still, it's not
They-
good enough
They
though.
still want them run out, but here's the thing. Again, like so, I say college football has changed. I mean, you're paying $30 million in NIL money, and you want to buy out Kalen DeBoer or Napier for $60 million. Like, I mean, there goes your NIL budget for.
Yeah, but here's the deal. But here's the deal.
I don't
This
know.
is-
I don't know.
But this
Napier's
is
deal.
funny. Okay, this is absolutely funny. I mean Napier. I don't know. He's got a good quarterback. Lagway didn't play good last week. The boosters have already collected the money.
They've raised the money. For
They've
him.
raised the money.
Oh, yeah. Then,
So I
then-
think
then I would definitely put him on the hot seat.
I would put Billy on the hot seat. Illinois. So we're going to see. Is Kurt Signetti? Is he the man, the myth, the legend? What is he? Because he's playing at IU or he's playing at home against Illinois.
Prime time on top of it on NBC
Yeah,
Saturday.
And Brent Belima, he's doing a great job at Illinois, right?
Absolutely. That is going. Yes, that will be a fan. That'll be a. Of course, I'll use to say a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Like
Oklahoma, number 12, is playing Auburn at home, both 3-0. Like we said, Tennessee, I think they have a bye this week. Texas Tech 3-0 at Utah 3-0.
that's a great game.
That'll be a great game. How about Georgia Tech? So at the start of the season, everybody said to me, "Oh, watch Dabble, Clemson, take Clemson, take Clemson." They've lost 2 games now.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech 3-0 beat Clemson last week, 24-21. Michigan at Nebraska. Nebraska undefeated.
That'll be a big test for the Cornhuskers.
That will be.
And I believe what's his name? He won't be able to go to Lincoln. The coach at Michigan. I think he's still suspended, right?
Was he suspended for that game?
I believe so.
It was a weird suspension. He was suspended for 3 games, but then like it seemed like every big game he was allowed to coach. So I don't know.
Clark Lee, not to be confused with Superman. Clark Lee, the head coach at Vanderbilt, a former defensive coordinator at Notre Dame.
Yes.
Head coach. They're freaking 3-0.
Yes, and they
haven't found the goalpost from when they tore them down last time. They're still in the river.
Right.
They just go one way. They go one way.
And they were impressive in their win over South Carolina last Saturday. Very impressive.
Very much so.
But Vandy's still Vandy. Come on.
That moniker might be flipping a little bit. I mean, you beat Alabama. I don't know who they got left on their schedule, but when you go through and beat Alabama like you did last year, you go to
South Carolina.
And to beat South Carolina.
People were talking about Silvers in South Carolina. It's not like they were, a chump. I mean, they certainly would. I don't know what the spread was, but I'm sure it was more than 10 points.
Yeah. So college football in the swing, man.
Yes.
There's nothing better than Saturday evenings, Saturday afternoons with college football. And we have our own. South Bend. Forever and ever and ever. And the Hoffmans used to run those concession stands. Remember that back in the day?
Yeah, absolutely.
My brother Booty, Dave, everybody,
Dave,
doing that. And when I was in high school, from my freshman year in high school to my senior year in college, 8 straight years, I sold programs at Notre Dame.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd sell 200 programs and make $20.
Okay.
And have about 20 beers during the day.
Yeah.
You get into the game. Get
into the game. Chicago Tribune paper bag.
Yep.
So Notre Dame football to me is still huge, and I'm not jumping off the roof yet, my friend. But I will tell you this much. You're jumping off the roof. I was jumping off the roof Sunday when I saw the Chi-Town Bears get absolutely destroyed.
That was.
And the thing is, Detroit showed no mercy. They did not take their foot off the pedal.
Well, and why should they?
Yeah. In college football, you kind of say that when you have an overmatched team. I've heard you guys talking about the money games and 70-0, whatever. But you know what? If you're in the National Football League and get drubbed that way, like you deserve to get drubbed. Like the talent between each of the teams is not that great that somebody should beat you 50-0. They quit, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is too, the Bears drafts have not been really great as of late, and Ryan Poles has to own this. Ben Johnson's been dealt a very bad hand, to be truthful.
Well, no, stop yourself for a second. Really?
Oh, yes.
He's making $13 million a year. Deal me that hand.
Right.
Deal me that hand. But I do agree with you. Yeah. I think Ryan Poles, when the Bears are out talented like they are, and they have 3 second-round draft picks that can't get on the field. 2 of them are inactive.
Right.
How can you have second-round picks and you're void of talent that are not active? Shamar Turner is one of them, and Ozzie Trapillo, the left tackle, is another one.
Right.
If you got better players than them, then either you're drafting poorly or you're just not choosing the right players to play.
Right. Or poor development, too.
You can't have second-round draft picks not being active on game day if your team isn't any good. Right?
Absolutely.
And then in Ryan Poles' first draft, I think he drafts Velus Jones, a wide receiver, in the 3rd round. He's older. He's 24. He's cut. He's gone already. There's a lineman. In the 3rd round, we take a tackle from Yale. Now, boys, help me understand this stuff.
The juggernaut of the East. Come on.
I mean, Armageddon, 6'7", 320, tackle from Yale. Who? Are you kidding me? I mean, give me a tackle from Auburn. Give me a tackle from the SEC. From Yale? He can't, in the immortal words of 1946, Mr. Basketball from Anderson, Indiana, Jumping Johnny Wilson, he can't bust a grape.
Can't bust a grape.
No. He cannot bust a grape. But and you're right, that's Ryan Poles.
That's Ryan Poles, yeah.
The one that got me the worst was a couple of years ago. and I don't, they weren't one, but maybe they were two, or they traded away their number 1 or 2 pick, and whatever they traded down, kind of in the Bill Belichick manner. And they got down to 9, and there was this kid from Georgia who was pretty good named Jalen Carter that had some suspect.
He had baggage. He had
baggage. And you know what? And they're there, and I was losing. I'm like, they're going to get Jalen. Oh my God, this is going to be fantastic. And then they trade 2 picks down to the Eagles, who take Jalen Carter, and we got, I don't even know who they got. It was an offensive lineman.
So we got Darnell Wright, an offensive tackle from Tennessee.
Right. And they got Jalen Carter, who, in my opinion, almost against the Rams last year, won them the Super Bowl.
Well, he's Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
right.
He's Aaron Donald. He's Reggie White.
You have a Hall of Fame player, sitting there with some baggage, and instead of, I mean, I would have taken the baggage.
I would.
Let me tell you what the guy's. Yeah, the guy's amazing. He's probably going to have a Hall of Fame career.
I would take the baggage, and I would say, all right, let's hire this coach to be with this kid 24/7.
Nope.
But you're 100% right. Took Darnell Wright, offensive tackle with Tennessee. Okay.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Right.
Ain't no Jalen Carter.
Nope.
Right.
Ain't no Jalen Carter. And in the NFL, let's not mince words. The NFL is about players.
Absolutely.
Now you look at J.J. McCarthy, first game of the season, Minnesota Vikings. Stinks the first 3 quarters. Is coached up, tears the Bears. A new one in the 4th quarter. They beat the Bears.
Right.
J.J. McCarter, in the immortal words of 1946, Mr. Basketball, Jumping Johnny Wilson.
He couldn't bust
next
a great.
game. Couldn't bust a great. Threw picks, got injured, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But against the Bears, he's the National League Player of the Week.
Right.
7 quarters have been pretty bad for him.
Yes.
For J.J. McCarthy.
Yes.
He's had one good one.
He's got one good one.
So
and it was good enough to beat the Bears.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you, so you don't know my brother Booty.
I don't know your brother,
But Jamie knows Booty. Yes. And Booty and Hoffy and Kenny Valdesari, those guys lived and died with the Bears. And Gap, we just buried one of our guys this weekend.
We did.
And Tommy Kopinski, just buried Tommy. And but Booty and Hoffy and they're rolling over in their graves, aren't they?
Oh, unbelievable. I'm sure my uncle would be throwing a refrigerator because he's been known to do that before.
Yeah, but so Caleb Williams, bad rap. He gets a bad rap. And he brings it on himself. I mean, Sean King, an ex-quarterback for the Buccaneers, he said the other day, Caleb, if I could tell you something, stop with the fingernail painting. Stop.
Right.
Yeah.
How many NFL quarterbacks that are great paint their fingernails? Stop it.
Quit trying to draw more attention to yourself.
Yes.
You don't need it.
Yes.
You don't need
it. But Caleb was a little bit better in the last game.
Right.
He was more decisive. He saw the field better. But I think I fell into this trap, and I don't know how much of a Bears fan you are.
Oh, diehard.
Yeah.
Absolutely
You're a Bears
diehard.
fan.
Absolutely.
I fell into this trap because everybody kept saying Ben Johnson. Vince Lombardi couldn't take that team now and coach that team up and have them ready to play yet. But I do believe that Ben Johnson is the guy. I do believe he's the guy. But it's just going to take some time.
Yeah, they need to get better groceries at the store than what they've got now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. But I think it's going to take some time.
Sure.
I didn't think so. I thought this guy's going to wave his magic wand. Caleb's going to be doing this, doing that, and they're going to be rolling. But that's not true. Now they got Dallas at Chicago this week.
Yep.
That'll be interesting. Eberflus comes back.
Yeah, Flus. So here's when I knew, because I kind of drank the Kool-Aid on Flus a little bit, but here's when I knew that Flus was not long for Chicago. If you remember last year, the Bears were on the what's the program they have at the beginning of the year? The
reality show
Hard
Hard
Knocks.
Knocks. Yeah.
Hard Knocks.
The Bears were on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And they had Flus on there. They were interviewing him. And they said, so what's your big take this year? Oh, my big take is that my wife has a new hairstyle for me. She wants me to grow my beard. She wants me to have this different look. So that's my new. And I'm screaming to myself, Have you lost your mind?
Uh-huh.
George Hallis is rolling in his grave.
Forget
after
about
that.
a beard. Forget about a new haircut. Coach your brains out, dude.
Yeah.
And I knew once he put that narrative, and even that could have been true. Because my wife says stuff to me, hey, Ronnie, do this, do that. Okay, cool. I'm not taking it out there.
No.
It's not narrative. When he took it and made it narrative, I knew. Adios, man.
Yeah.
Well, while we have a second, the Colts. That was a big win that they got on Sunday over Denver.
2-zip.
It was.
Especially the way it ended,
Yeah.
because he missed a field goal. But Denver got called for a leverage penalty, but with the lineman pushing up on the center, gave him a free play, and then he kicks the game-winning field goal, and they're dancing in the streets in the Circle City down there.
Absolutely. And in that division, I mean,
That's a winnable division.
That's a winnable division. Absolutely. It is.
Yeah, no, the AFC South, you, me, and a dog named Boo could win that division. Okay?
I don't know. Now you got Jacksonville, though, that's 2-0
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
So
but
we'll see.
I mean, you remember the group Lobo back in the day, me and you and a dog named Boo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, come on. Hey, we are going to, maybe talk some high school football here in a minute. Let me give a little love to our sponsors. Tony Letcher at Health Markets just is phenomenal. Any insurance needs that you might have relative to Medicare supplements or anything, please give Tony Letcher a call. And I apologize that we don't have anything up on the screen with Tony.
Right.
Our production team, we got a production guy in freaking Nashville. We got a production guy in Little Havana, Cuba, or something. I don't know.
Can Scott run the commercials tonight?
We don't have our commercials, so just bear with us. The Ben Harbor Group, great.
You do?
You're the best. You're not in Havana, Cuba, are you, Scott? There we go. All right, so the Ben Harbor Group, tremendous. Han Funeral Home in Mishawaka, Indiana, and like I said, it's such a difficult time period when a family loses a loved one. And we talked a little bit about Tommy Gopinski. He's the fourth amigo.
Yep.
There's Booty, there's David, there's Barney and there's Tom Gopinski.
Yeah. Yep.
And we lost Gap last week to a stroke.
Oh, dear.
And Han Funeral, they're wonderful. They do a great job meeting with people. And if you need any of their services, please, in Mishawaka. Black Sedan Band, they are absolutely amazing in Birmingham, Alabama. My brother Donnie, I don't think you know my brother Donnie at all, do you?
I know. Yeah. I met him at a Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Years ago.
And Donnie is the drummer. So Donnie, as a kid, played the drums.
Yeah.
He had a drum set, blah, blah, blah. Great. Maybe as a freshman, sophomore in high school. Then he got into sports, and he stopped with the drums. He was maybe 65, picked up the drums again. He's a drummer in a Southern rock band in Birmingham, Alabama.
That's fantastic.
Plays every weekend, has a blast. He ain't got no. I said, Donnie, get one of those baseball hats that have like a ponytail in the back that's like glued in there or something.
Like Mick Fleetwood.
Yeah, have a little something, man. And then Frick's Driving School. Pat works for Frick's, and they just do such a phenomenal job. My wife, sweet Monica, keeps telling me, Ronnie, you got to go back to driving school. I said, stop. I ain't going back to driving school.
To teach?
No,
to take
learn.
a class. Yeah.
To learn.
Him and Pat on the road?
No. But anyway, those sponsors are literally amazing, and we want to thank them for making this show possible. NIC football, man. NIC football. And we're going to talk, and I mean, you're in this too. You're the mayor of freaking New Prairie.
Yes.
How do you let New Prairie, you're the mayor of New Prairie. How do you let New Prairie start out 0-4, man?
How do I let it? I wish I had control over them being 0-4, or not being 0-4. A lot of it is just they're young. They are just ridiculously young. And when you have the numbers that they have, especially in the senior class when they're not very big, and you're playing in the NIC against the likes of who they're playing against, it's going to come back to bite you. I mean, I saw it firsthand a couple weeks ago over at St. Joe. It's 21-7 at the half, and then St. Joe's just turned it up, and New Prairie didn't have an answer defensively. And they're not bad. It's just they've got talented players. The problem is when you're sophomores and juniors with little to no experience playing in this league against St. Joe and Marion and Penn and Elkhart, and Adams, as we found out on Friday night, it may not go well. I mean, that Adams game on Friday night was unbelievable, back and forth in that fourth quarter, and Adams took advantage of some things.
So give Coach Pluta a little scouting report on Adams right here.
Well, they could throw the ball. The running back's pretty solid. They've got some big guys up front on the defensive line. They're a good ball club. Frank's doing a nice job with them. But after watching them and watching you guys, I've been really impressed with what you guys have done so far. Your defense is phenomenal, I think, so far. I mean, you guys, I mean, New Prairie should be running around the conference saying, hey, we scored 13 points on their defense.
Right.
Because you just don't give up anything. And your offense is dynamic right now. Franco Biffle, I think, is outstanding as a running back. And you guys do a really nice job of mixing things up. Ben Sun, phenomenal receiver. I mean, you guys, I think, have the tools in that 3A and a 4A sectional to really cause some people some problems.
Tell us about the Husky/Indians.
The Husky/Indians.
They're good.
I mean, thank you. Surely appreciate that, and we do. Things are coming together. You know, the season is long, and it's a war of attrition as far as injuries goes. We have some bumps and bruises going on right now, but that's to be expected. But we have some depth, which is, you know, fantastic. We haven't had that at St. Joe for a long time. I mean, I can't give Coach Downey enough credit for when he came back 4 years ago. It's, you know, Coach Heck over in Goshen. I mean, building the program. It's more than just go out and X's and O's in high school.
Right.
I mean, it's building the program. And Coach Downey came in and they were the Indians at that point, but they were down, you know, and kids weren't coming out to play, and they didn't have the heart, and it's taken some time, but we're getting them there now. You know, I mean, they're motivated. You know this as a coach, right? You come in and you coach them hard, and you hope they're getting it, right? And with these kids we got now, you know, we coach them hard, you know, and then, you know, they go in the locker room, whatever. You know, we coach them hard. We walk away and they're running sprints after practice after we're done on their own.
So that's
the type.
That's when you know. That's when you know that you have a special group, because you could have a team with great players and stuff, but they may not do those kind. And I've seen this in a lot of different scenarios. Man, you coach them hard, but when the coach turns his head, 2 or 3 guys start jackassing around and stuff like that. But when you really have a group, when you turn your head, they're playing as hard as they were when you're looking at them.
Absolutely.
And you and I have talked a little bit about this. When you and this is an old adage. This is a quarterback adage. When you're the coach and you're playing 2 quarterbacks, okay, it's because you don't have one.
Right.
Exactly. But I don't think that's the case at St. Joe.
We spoke about this off the air, and I 100% agree with you. If you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have any. But my philosophy on it is changing a little bit. We do have 2 quarterbacks, and they're both very good quarterbacks. They've both been extremely productive for us this season.
Right.
And the greatest part of it is they're the best of friends, and they're pushing each other.
Right.
I can tell you before Anthony Gooby came over from Adams, Sam Chicatano is a good quarterback. I mean, doing the things he's supposed to do. And Anthony got there, and man, Sam stepped it up. And then Anthony saw what was happening. Anthony stepped it up. And then it's this step ladder. They keep battling with each other, but there's no conflict. They're good friends. And listen, it's only helping our team because
makes you better.
Making both better.
Yeah.
Yes, it's making personally they're both better, and for our team, it's obviously better.
Yeah, I think what is really good for your team is when you look at run pass and you look at those numbers. Going into last week's game, your yardage per game about 175 yards on the running end of it, and about 165 yards on the passing end of it.
Right.
So when you're coming in to play you it's hard for the other team to say we got to put 8 in the box, or we got to, or if we're going to put 5 in the secondary, then you're just going to gash them with the run, and you're a very difficult team to prepare for, right?
Yes, I mean we certainly try to strive to be balanced, and we have the players to be balanced. You know, we have some great wideouts. Our quarterbacks can get them the ball. We have three fantastic running backs. So, I mean, it's, dropping from 1 to 1.5, as we like to call it, rather than even 2, then the 2.
Okay,
we have some room.
so Biffle 1,
Mhm.
Champlin 2.
Two. Yep.
Who do you got as 3?
Will Solomon, freshman.
That's who I was hoping you'd say.
Yep.
Number 20.
Yep.
So
20.
when I watch your team play, he's a freshman now. So I got tears coming down your eyes because New Prairie's got young kids. This freshman running back for St. Joe, I think as I watch all 3 of them play, he's the most natural at that position out of all of them.
He's dynamic.
Real dynamic.
He's just dynamic.
I mean, Biffle, he's going to ground and pound and get you yards. Champlin runs hard. But this Solomon kid is really good, isn't he?
Yep. I've got to ask you, Jamie. I'm just looking at your schedule here just now. The next 4 games, you guys will more than likely be favored in the 3 city schools and, of course, Elkhart. As a coaching staff, how do you go through when you look at week 9? Because the way this is setting up a showdown at your place for the conference championship, possibly, how do you go through as a staff to kind of keep the kids focused? Because the more they win, they're going to start hearing it in the hallways. Penn in week 9. They're going to hear it in the community. Penn in week 9. And you guys have them at home. How do you go through as a staff, keep them grounded, keep them focused, and not let what Nick Saban used to call the rat poison get in?
No, well, I'll tell you what, it's extremely difficult.
Oh, I bet.
And, it really, truly is.
Because I bet you they're already starting to talk about it in school.
Well, I don't understand this. The TikToks and the Snapchat things and they do, they're all, no, absolutely. I had someone come up to me this week and they're like, well, how does it feel to be gone from being the hunter to the hunted? And I'm like, never really thought about that way, but I guess it's true. When you have success, people are coming after you, and it's, trying to keep the kids focused, week in and week out. Like I said, you get bumps and bruises now. This is the dog days of the season right now, right? We got 4 under our belt. We got 5 more to go, and it's like, you cut it into thirds, right? 3 games, and 3 games. We're in that second third right now, and having the success, it's tough. It's really tough. So I'll tell you a little side note story from one of my coaches. I do a lot of administrative stuff along with coaching. So I had an alumni call me up, and I don't know if you knew this. I was going to tell you this to actually talk about it, so I'll talk about it now. So at the start of this season, St. Joseph High School was 9 games away from their 500 to win as a football program. As a program, right? Well, none of the alumni were really that worried about it because, we've been what we have been. But, here, they want to play in something, do something special for it, right? Well, I get a call from one of them who goes, Jamie, you guys are 5 games away from 500. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Well,
okay,
whatever.
cool.
But it was like, well, we were talking about next year, but you guys keep going. We want to have to do something. I'm like, that's exciting. And I said,
sure,
whatever, figure that stuff out. So I was talking to one of our assistant coaches, Coach Johnson. I go, Coach Johnson, I don't want to bring this up. Like, we got things going good. We don't need any other added pressure and things of that nature. I said, let's, what do you think? When do we talk to Coach Downey about this, or, bring it up to the, do we want to just, how do we handle this? And he's like, no. This is Friday night after the Mary. No, we want to wait. We just, no, let's not do any of this stuff. Saturday morning at 8:00, we're at film, and the kids are feeling good about it themselves. They're banged up. Marion and whatever, and they were jacking around a little bit and whatever, and he slams down his fist down. He walks up and he grabs a magic marker and he writes 500 on the board. And of course they all stop and they all look at him. They look at it and they're like, what? And he just points to me. I'm like, well, I guess waiting on the motivational tactic has gone away. And I just told him, I said, hey, things, we're 5 games away. We can get there this year. I said it would really be nice to be going, into the Penn game trying to win our 500, but we'll see how it goes. We got time.
Kids. And it was my whole life, man. I raised my family. I fed my family. I went on vacations because I was a coach. I was a teacher, and I did all that by coaching kids.
Yeah.
they came in as freshmen and didn't really know anything. And by the time they left as seniors, they were young men.
Yep.
But when you're coaching, it's not an exact science.
Oh, no.
When you're dealing with kids, when you're dealing with, like my profession, I'm dealing with kids that wear shorts, gym shorts. I wear gym shorts to school every day. Hey, I wear tennis shoes to school every day. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But they're kids still.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing that you can have is when you have great leadership amongst those kids. And it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be vocal. It doesn't have to be screaming. But if your best players are your best leaders, that's
Sure.
Some things take care of themselves.
They really, really do.
And it's just like kids wanting to come play for your football program. The more you win, the kids here in South. I mean, if let's say you do get to week 9 and you do somehow knock off Penn. Now all of a sudden you're going to be faced with a great situation of maybe kids saying, "Hey, I want to be part of that."
Sure. I mean, winning definitely breeds winning. People want to be around a winner, and I'm not going to lie, we haven't done a whole lot of winning in recent years.
Well, but it takes time.
We're building it up. We're getting it, and something you said earlier. Getting back. You're talking about Notre Dame and whatever. I mean, honestly, to your question,
keep him off the ledge. Will you?
Well, no, not about. But I'm talking about coaching. Being 4-0. I mean, it's fantastic, and that's definitely where we want to be. But it's almost harder coaching 4-0 than 0-4 or 0-2 because you're backed into that corner. So we're trying to impress on the kids. We're still back in the corner. We still need to come out and be focused.
And it's more of a case, I think, when you're 4-0, you got to be hard. Yeah. I don't want to say hard ass, but you have to be because
we're on the internet. You can cuss.
Yeah, you could be a hard ass when you're 4-0 because you could go through and say, "Hey, those guys at Adams, they don't give a rip about you guys being 4-0. They want to come over here and ruin your party."
And to Coach Heck's point, the leadership, that hard assness, like when we got to come out and chew someone, we chew them and they get it. And you know what? Normally that's it. The rest of them take care of it, right. Which the leadership is so huge. It's so important.
Okay. So when you think about either high school kids or college kids, what do you think is so important to them that a coach can bring every day? Starts with the letter C. Consistency.
Oh, consistency.
You're I'm the same. I'm the same jackass, whether we're 4-0 or we're 0-4. I'm coaching my brains out the same way, and it doesn't matter if I've had teams that were number 1 in the state, and I've had players say, "Coach, aren't you happy?" Well, yeah, I'm happy, but I coach you the same way I would if you were number 150 in the state. Right. They want consistency. And Nick Saban preaches that 100% of the time.
Right.
And it didn't matter how good they were. It didn't matter and really and truly, if Nick Saban, because I'm not going to compare myself to Nick Saban, obviously, but if Nick Saban came out and all of a sudden he was, "Oh man, you guys are great, man. Yeah, hey, take the afternoon, blah, blah, blah." They'd say, "Coach, are you having a stroke? What's going on here?"
Something's not right.
They do want consistency.
Attention to detail.
You as an assistant coach and Ben as the head coach, I see that apart. And I'm just looking from afar.
Yeah.
I'm not in your meetings or anything, but I see that. I mean, first of all, you got more assistant coaches than Carter has pills.
And all excellent coaches.
Yeah.
That's again, building the program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Having people around you to help take the stress. I mean, I would love for you guys to come to one of our defensive meetings. I mean, it's pretty funny. I mean, we are definitely a bunch of alphas, and we definitely get heated.
But that's good.
But it's very good, and it's all
good.
positive because we end up coaching better. We end up coming up with a better scheme, and then relaying that to the kids, and the kids see it with us too. We. I don't say mess around with each other. We are, but I mean, we get intense on the field with each other over, why is your backer not here when he should be here?
Yeah.
And,
you were talking about, how, coaches, all this and stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary Wake Up the Echoes on Notre Dame football, obviously. The part where Hanratty has the big game against Purdue, and he talks about he expects the coaches to come in on Sunday morning. He's waiting for all the pats on the back, and he's sitting there, and all of a sudden, they're going, Hand Ratty, that was terrible. You didn't carry out your fake. Hand Ratty, your footwork was terrible.
Right.
And then he says by the time he left the film session, he thought he played terrible. But what they did was basically knew that this kid could be a head case if they don't bring it back to reality.
Coaching, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they brought him back to reality and not let him have a big head.
So let's take a look at this NIC for a minute. I mean, the upper echelon in the NIC with Penn, St. Joe. What about Elkhart? I mean, have you watched any film on Elkhart yet or anything?
I've only watched a little bit of film. I just started breaking down some film. We have them next week.
And Bardo will be back now. He is back. He'll be playing tomorrow night.
And so, and if I'm not mistaken, they have a couple transfers that are going to be available next week too.
Yeah, well, Bardo's available tomorrow night against New
Okay.
Prairie. Yes.
All right, yeah. Very talented team. I mean, extremely talented. They got players all over the field, and
They're a 6A school. Let's hope they have a lot of players.
no, they're a 6A school, but I mean, I hate to give you coach speak here, but I mean, I'm more worried about Adams right now.
No,
I mean,
100%. I mean, 100%. And I was talking to Ben about this. I was in a meeting with the athletic director on the coaches show that we're going to do, and Ben was in there. I was talking to Ben about this, and Ben was, oh yeah, Adams, man, blah blah. I said, stop, Lou Holtz, stop. I mean, I'm a coach. I understand the Lou Holtz talk here, but Adams, I said, you guys are good. Adams is okay. If you get your guys to the level that you need to get them at, your schemes are great, blah, blah, blah. It's just a matter of getting your guys up here where they need to be.
Right.
But
And executing.
that is a deal. But that is a deal with kids.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you can have a kid who shows up on film on Saturday and is fantastic, and Monday, Tuesday is great. I mean, like playing out of his rear end, and then Wednesday comes around and his girlfriend didn't text him before practice. And I mean, you would think the entire world is at the
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, we can't remember our coverages. We can't remember where we're supposed to be. Like, what happened? You know, Susie didn't call him. Oh, for the love. I mean, but this is what you deal with.
Oh, sure.
Every day, every
Well,
week.
no,
And
17,
I mean,
18-year-old kids, man.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Come on. And that's the beauty of it when you have a group. And I've heard you talk about this group now, how they police themselves, they patrol themselves. So you got Adams and you got Elkhart. Everybody's going to point to this Penn deal, but at the end of the day, it ain't about Penn. It's about what you got to do to take care of week in and week out.
absolutely.
Now, okay, you're sectional then. What sectional are you in?
18.
We're in 18. Yeah.
And that's Mishawaka, Northwood, Northridge, and that crew.
It's not. No, New Prairie goes west this year.
They go.
Yeah,
They still go west to
still
the
go
region.
west.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So-
no, very tough. I mean, I would argue the toughest 4A sectional.
Yeah,
Yeah, well-
Mishawaka, Plymouth, Northwood, St. Joe, Riley, Washington, Wawasee, Northridge.
Well, I mean, Northridge 0-4 on the season. Northwood isn't the same Northwood that we've seen lately. But at the end of the day, well coached. Andrews does a great job. So yeah, they can take care of business when they have to take care of them. Obviously, the big one in that section is Mishawaka,
Absolutely.
and
Yep.
what Keith Kinder does, and how he makes you stop what he does. And what he does is the option football and stop the fullback dive. The quarterback's phenomenal. But that's a long way. That's a long way off.
Yeah.
But it's still St. Joe football is relevant again.
And that's. I mean, we're thrilled with that, honestly, because we haven't been relevant for a little bit.
No.
So-
I get it. You went. Ben Downey's there. He does a great job. Then he leaves. The guy comes in from Elkhart, Witten.
Coach Whitten. Yep.
He struggles for 5, 6, 7 years. Ben's got kids that are football players now. Dallas and his group coming up from Queen of Peace, I believe.
Yep.
And they're going to come to St. Joe. Ben says, I'm coaching y'all. Ben's going to take 2 years. He's got to start from scratch. Last year they go 6-4. Now he brings you on board this year, right?
Yes.
The difference maker.
No, he brings you on board this year, right?
Yes.
Okay, 4 and zip.
All right. Yeah. I'll take all the credit for that.
No,
None of it's
I
true,
know.
but I'll take it.
No, I know, but here's the deal. Coach Klein, I know Coach Klein coaches the tight ends, right?
OLBs.
OLBs.
Yep.
Okay, he needs to do this for me because I know he wears a new pair of Jordans for every game, right?
Yes, he does.
He brings out a new pair of Jordans for every game.
Jesus.
So size 12, I want the low
Size
tops.
12, all right.
I want the low tops St. Joe blue, size 12 Jordans, man. So let's switch gears for a minute. The Northern Lakes Conference. Obviously, Mishawaka and Warsaw are the teams, man.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you're going to talk about other teams in there. Concord is having a really good year, 3-1. Northwood 2-2. Mishawaka beats Northwood by a point on the last play of the game. Field goal.
Those games have really become, in the last couple of years, those have become instant classics. I mean, when those two programs get together, I mean, it's 4 quarters of heavyweight battling out there.
They won the sectional final with it.
Yes.
And Mishawaka got them there last year.
Yeah. But then at the end of the day, it's always. I mean, and you hate to say this, it's always going to be Bart Curtis against Keith Kinder.
Right.
And those two guys are amazing.
Super guys.
I mean, you know Bart very well.
I know him very well. Yes.
Yeah, he's amazing. And Keith Kinder is great. The thing that I always tell Keith Kinder is, and I can say this about you guys too, his infrastructure with the coaches that he has is amazing. And Keith Kinder can be a CEO.
Yeah.
And really, if you're really a good high school coach, whether it's basketball or football, and you put a great staff together, you're a CEO.
Yeah.
You let your guys coach, right?
Absolutely.
You have your meetings. The head coach knows exactly what's going on, but he's going to say, Jamie, you got the outside linebackers. You know what you got to do. Here's your time period. Here's your drill period. Take care of business in this 22-minute period, and then we'll bring everybody together.
And you talk about Bart. Bart's one of my all-time favorite people. He really is. I had the pleasure of covering him for 11 years, and it was an absolute joy to cover that man. And what he did out there for that community was just amazing. And his kids, I mean, his daughter Hannah, she's working at Notre Dame. His son Mike is on his staff at Warsaw.
Sure.
And his son Brian is very talented in what he does. I mean, all 3 of those kids are just amazingly great kids, and it's a credit to Bart and Sarah. They've done an amazing job with it, and they're absolutely top-notch family all the way.
I have to tell you this. I know you guys do sidebars on this podcast. I got to give you a great Bart story. So
I might have heard it, but go ahead.
When I used to officiate, and we would do a lot of work out there because our umpire is actually from New Carlisle, and he ran the Pop Warner or the Rocket
Steve Listinsky?
Pete.
Oh, Pete Listinsky, yeah.
Yep, Pete. So we would go to their practices and do a lot with Bart. And anyway, so he leaves and he goes to Mishawaka, and he invites us to come over in the summertime to help officiate, the practice, right? And you know this at Mishawaka.
Yeah.
So like the fence where the neighborhood is, and it's kind of like the old days when we played baseball on the court when all the old men were sitting on the whole neighborhood's out watching football practice. And I mean, Bart's probably been there for 2 lunches, and we're running practice and going and all that stuff. And he's like, Johnny, you got to, get your ass down. You got to get over here, whatever. And he stopped and he turns, he goes, Tiffany, how's it going? Hey, did you everything work out with the mortgage? It's all good. Oh, fantastic. Hey, tell Bobby I said hi, whatever. I mean, he hadn't been there for 2 weeks, and he knew the whole community.
Yeah.
He's just not only a great coach, I mean, just a great person that ingratiates the whole purpose of coaching.
And everywhere he has been, the cultures that he has built have stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
New Prairie, he built that culture. I mean, they're down this year, but they're going to be back. Mishawaka, he engraved that culture. When he got the Mishawaka job, I had a friend of mine ask me, he goes, could he beat Penn? And I looked at this guy, and other people asked me that. And I said, I don't know when it's going to happen, but sometime during his run at Mishawaka, he's going to beat Penn. I'm not going to predict the year it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And I'll be gosh dang that the second year that he's there, they beat Penn. And I always said that win and that success he had, I think, broke the wall down. Because I think when that happened, not just Mishawaka, but everybody in Michiana is like, hey, they can be beat.
Yeah.
And the aura or the invincibility, I think the armor kind of cracked in that now.
Well, Bart Curtis is a pro.
Oh,
Phil Teagarden was a
100%.
pro at St. Joe. All those guys. Chris Giesman is a pro. Mm-hmm. All those guys were so good. And sometimes the coaching can be a fleeting thing now. If you're winning, everything's good. If you're losing, I need to quit, spend more time with my family.
Right.
But those other guys, they were pros.
Yeah.
They're still doing it.
And the best part about Bart is with him, it's more than football. It's life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's truly unbelievable. To know this man, there's a bigger picture that they have other than football, and what they've done for kids has been unbelievable.
Yeah, well, all coaches.
Coaches
are great like that. Hey,
yeah.
So baseball. A minute on base. The Cubbies are back.
Cubbies, look at that.
Cubbies are back in the
Go
postseason.
Cubs, go.
Five
Go
right
Cubs, go.
Yeah.
How about that?
No, they're striving now to get this to get the top wild card team, so they can get every game at
Play the
Wrigley.
Dodgers.
Yeah,
Excuse me, not the Dodgers. The
San
Padres.
Diego, yeah.
Padres.
yeah. So I'm really happy.
And the thing is, the division is still within reach because they have the tiebreaker over
Yeah.
Milwaukee. So, yeah, there's only 10 games to go, but you never, I mean, baseball's a funny game. You never know what can happen in the last 10 games of the year.
Hey, so I want to thank you for coming out tonight and hooking us all up and making this a go. Jamie, I want to thank you. I know you're busy. I mean, you coach football. You live in Michigan. You travel.
Whereabouts?
You have a day job.
Waterville.
Okay.
You have a day job, and you're doing this because you love to do it. You're not doing this because you're getting rich off it. You're doing it because you have a group of guys you like hanging with. You're a St. Joe guy, and you're giving back, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to thank you for that, and thanks for coming in and chatting with us tonight.
Yeah. And before we go, we need to talk about where we're going to be tomorrow night on broadcastsport.net so everybody knows where we're going to be. Daryl's actually up in Edwardsburg tonight doing Edwardsburg Pawpaw. Johnny O and Drew will be at Bremen tomorrow night for the Bremen Jimtown game. Their pregame show will be at 7 o'clock. And I'll be going without Pat tomorrow night. We have a special guest color analyst, which we will not tell over the air.
Who does New Prairie?
New Prairie plays Elkhart tomorrow.
Who's New Prairie going to lose to tomorrow? Elkhart?
It's Elkhart. It's Elkhart tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
7:30 kickoff with the Digsy Dogs and Grill pregame show at 7 o'clock on broadcastsport.net. And that's our football games.
St. Joe's on the road, so and I've had a blast broadcasting St. Joe now, and I do the home games, but St. Joe's on the road at Adams.
Is that now? Are you guys are you planning an overnighter for that? I mean, have you got the hotel? I mean, the hotels are going to be a little pricey this weekend.
That's a school field, right?
Yeah, it's a long,
that's
long
a great.
bus trip.
So I went into school. The last time I was with Gamp was when Goshen played with Southern Washington. School field, that's an amazing place now.
It's looking good. Yeah.
I mean, remember back in the day?
Yep.
The grass was torn up, and it's amazing.
No,
the AstroTurf is great.
They've done a fantastic job with it. Yeah, I mean, especially for an older facility. I mean, but it's great to play on. Yeah. It's a great atmosphere.
And it's only a mile from St. Joe, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, the kid. You just got to tell the kids we'll meet you there.
And it's 100 feet from Adams. But anyway, next week we will be back. Pat will be back in town. We will be back here at Corby's, chatting it up. Kenny or John may happen to stop in if they want to. Pat, we miss you tonight. And here's the deal, man, Pat. Wally Pipp was the first baseman for the Yankees. That all of a sudden Wally Pipp says, "Coach, I got a headache today, man. I can't play today." And the coach goes, "Cool, bring this guy Lou Gehrig up here, and Lou will play for you." Now Lou played for 2,000 more games. Wally Pipp never played again. So Pat, I'm not Wally Pipping you yet.
No, you got nothing to worry about, Pat.
I'm not Wally Pipping you yet. Scotty, you're the best. Thanks for there they are.
Hey, Lou Gehrig could crush a grape.
Yeah, Lou Gehrig can crush a grape.
Yep, he can definitely.
Okay, and I say this all the time because Jumpin' Johnny Wilson, 1946 basketball, when I was coaching in Anderson, he helped me coach. He was amazing. He played for the Harlem Globetrotters. Him and Carl Erskine played together at Anderson. Erskine had a great career with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And Johnny used to say that all the time. I say, Johnny, what do you think about this kid? He can't bust a grape, Hack. So I said, what does that mean? He said, he's awful. So whenever somebody's awful, I've always said that.
I'm on the all grape busting team.
The polite way to say you're awful.
Yes, you're awful, man. Get out. Anyway, thank you so much. The great people here at Corby's, they're phenomenal. I'm going to put the pizza order in while you start tearing down.
All right.
And thanks for coming in, big boy.
Yep.
Thank you.
Great.
You're the best, Kenny. Boy ain't got a job anymore.
No.
Come on, Jimmy.
I prefer Joey Bishop.
Come on, Jimmy. All right, hey, we'll see you guys, and we'll see you next week.